Today I want to answer a common question we get a lot, which is the difference between a 6E and a 9E. Talk about some misconceptions between the two. In front of me, I have a 14. This is a size 14 6E from 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗰𝗋𝗆𝗿 boot company. And then over here on my right, I have, this is the 9E and a size 11.5. So first of all, when we talk about widths and we talk about E's, maybe 2E, 6E, or 9E, and even getting into the 14E, we're talking about the actual width of the shoe at the widest part. Now, there are a lot of parts that will play into that as far as how does it feel or how wide is it. I can't tell you that a 6E is X number of inches wide because the smaller the shoe, the more narrow it's going to be, even though it is a 6E. So if I pulled out a size 5 6E as an example and compared it to a size 20 6E as an example, the shoes would be very drastically different. I'll show you. This is just to kind of really drive the point home how much difference. So over here I have a size 20, and I forget if this is a 14. Yep, this is a 14 size 20 versus a size 14 6E. So quite a bit of difference just when you're going to different sizes, different lengths of shoes. Additionally, when we talk about a 6E or a 9E, sometimes people will say, oh, well, this manufacturer, their 6E is way too tight, or this manufacturer, it's too wide. Why is that if they're all 6Es? Well, sizes will vary from manufacturer to manufacturer, but you also need to take into consideration the design of the toe box. If we look at this 6E over here, you'll notice the toe box is a little bit more of an almond shape. It's got a little bit of a taper. There's a little bit more room for the big toe, and then it kind of tapers down towards the pinky toe. Versus when you get into really wider widths, they're typically going to have more an oblique or a wider toe box. A lot of this is also going to be design related. In order to make something typically more aesthetically pleasing, you're going to have more of a taper. The other thing that's going to affect things is going to be the material of the shoe itself. Anytime you're dealing with an all leather shoe, especially a good quality leather, it is going to take a period of breaking in. We need that leather to stretch. If you get something like this has extra protection in the toe box. That's going to create some more rigidity. And then if we go to, say, an athletic shoe that has a fabric or a nylon outer, this is automatically going to stretch much easier. So sometimes we'll get people coming from a pair of athletic shoes that maybe they've been wearing for the last 2 years, and the fabric is just naturally stretched, and so it feels very relaxing. And then they'll order, say, a all leather boot in a 6E, and they'll feel that it's very tight and constricted. Sometimes we just have to break in the shoe itself depending on the material. So if you're looking for a 2 + 2 = 4 answer when it comes to 6Es, there's just too many variables out there in order to determine what size or width is right for you. Now, one of the things that you can do is if you find that your shoe maybe just feels just a little bit tight, is you can actually go up a half size or a full size. Because again, when we make the shoe longer in size, it is naturally going to get wider. However, we'll never recommend going over one size because there is a natural taper to the way the shoe is designed, and we want to make sure that the widest part of your foot is actually in the widest part of the shoe. If you start going 2 sizes, 3 sizes, maybe you don't know that 6Es or 9Es or 14Es are out there, and you start going really long on your size, what happens is your heel still starts down here at the bottom of the shoe. That means you're starting to put the widest part of your foot into the narrowest part of the shoe, and you definitely don't want to do that. So hopefully this clears up some of the confusions or questions that people have about 6E shoes. Ultimately, sometimes you just have to try a couple of pairs to find a size and a style that works right for your needs. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave those down below. If you found this video helpful, please let us know by hitting the like button. And if you know somebody who would find this information helpful, feel free to share the video. Till next time, take care.